Hey folks, how's it going? This is Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So we got some stuff to talk about regarding Maxis Monthly, whether or not The Sims 4 might come to Nintendo Switch, and more. So let's get right into this, starting with SimGrooveFrost's Twitter thread from last night. First, he starts off by thanking everyone who has participated in those monthly surveys that have been going around for a while now, and saying that July's is still happening, but it'll be late. And he talked about the results in terms of that part where it asks how interested we are on a scale of 1 to 10 for all of the pack types as well as bug fixes and game updates. So he says expansion packs are number 1, and not surprised, neither am I. And more base game content is number 2, or you can basically call that free content. Bug fixes are number 3, game packs are number 4, and stuff packs are number 5. But as a disclaimer, this does not change Maxis' current priorities, but we like to know what you're all interested in. That kinda confuses me though. They want to know what we're all interested in, but then it's not really going to affect their development at all. So then I'm not really too sure as to what the point is of the surveys. I can't say I'm really that surprised at the results though personally I would have put bug fixes at the top and then game packs above the expansion packs. But continuing on, SimGrooveFrost also says, fourth, improving on Maxis Monthly. A lot of keywords used were new or upcoming, content, information, and interesting. We are going to continue hosting a Maxis Monthly live stream on Twitch only when we have free new content coming to the Sims 4 base game. I think that's going to make a lot of you happy. I've seen lots of complaints about the Maxis Monthly streams that don't show off any new content for the game itself. So I guess that's fine, though I feel like maybe they should change the name of Maxis Monthly to something else if it's not going to be every month anymore. Maybe just call it the Maxis Show or the Maxis Broadcast or something like that. Something a little more general. But anyways, continuing on, meaning if we have nothing new to show, there will be no Maxis Monthly. Date, time, contents for Maxis Monthly will be communicated out ahead of time. We are also looking at upgrading various livestream elements, including accessibility, but that's still to be determined or to be announced. And I'm assuming what they mean by accessibility is things like perhaps live captions, so that would be really cool actually. I've seen that on at least a couple of other Twitch channels, so it would be interesting to see Maxis do that as well. SimGrooveFrost also says we will also use Maxis Monthly as an opportunity to share info related to Maxis / The Sims franchise when appropriate. One thing to note is that not every Maxis Monthly will have new content for every type of player. Example, terrain tools versus first-person mode versus cast stories. So yeah, it would be impossible to please everybody with every single content update that goes out, so I can understand that. And remember, we are a large and diverse community with varying desires. Lastly, there will be no August Maxis Monthly because we do not have anything new to show right now. However, I am looking into something else that will hopefully tide everyone over for a time. Fingers crossed. Oh man, I was really hoping that there would be a Maxis Monthly with some new content this month, but nope, that's not happening. But interesting that SimGrooveFrost is looking into an alternative. I'm trying to think what this alternative might be, and I think it could be some sort of very short teaser video saying that something is gonna happen this month. Because, for example, now we're in August and Maxis Monthly has been deconfirmed for this month, but I still think we're supposed to be getting the Moschino stuff pack this month because they said at EA Play that it's supposed to be coming later this summer, and well, now that it's August, it is later this summer because September is basically considered fall already. Though if I do end up being correct about the idea of just doing a sort of teaser at the beginning of the month about paid content that's coming, I don't know for sure if they would do it this month, unless this is a strategy that they have already been planning months ahead. But still, I wouldn't completely discount the possibility of it happening in the future. One other thing to note is that there are still going to be the pre-launch pack live streams that are completely independent from Maxis Monthly. So SimGrooveFrost says we will definitely be doing pre-launch pack live streams, but 2 hours will be our maximum time length. While we all could spend hours talking about a pack, we also have work to do and meetings to attend. The other thing we gotta talk about is the Q1 2020 fiscal year report from EA that went out last night as well. So it says some interesting things about The Sims 4. So we'll start off with this statement from Andrew Wilson, who is the current CEO of EA. He starts off by saying that basically The Sims 4 is continuing to grow, and then he says, "We are planning for fiscal year 20 to be our biggest year yet of new content." Wow, that's a pretty bold statement. I mean, yeah, sure, it's common for the Sim Gurus to hype up the upcoming year of content, but I feel like, especially coming from the CEO of EA, that's like a bigger, even bolder statement. And keep in mind, with the fiscal years, it is a little weird. Like, it doesn't follow like the normal 12-month calendar where the year starts with January and ends with December. No, with the fiscal years, I'm pretty sure, at least with EA, I'm not sure if it's different for other companies, but with EA, their fiscal year, I'm pretty sure starts off in April. It starts and ends in April, so Island Living is already part of this, and we'll actually get to Island Living in a bit here, but biggest year yet. I find that really hard to believe, especially since Cats and Dogs already came out, and the Pets expansion tends to be the biggest expansion pack in terms of sales for The Sims. I believe even today, The Sims 2 Pets is still the best selling expansion pack in the entire franchise. So, I mean, even if University was coming out soon, I know it is a very highly requested pack, but even that, I don't think will alone justify them saying, oh, that this is going to be their biggest year yet for new content. So hopefully, cars, improved babies, more stereotypes, our turn-ons and turn-offs, and farming, and more supernaturals, and just a whole bunch of other stuff I can't think of off the top of my head right now are all coming within the next year, because, yeah, I think it's gonna take a lot to top the year that Cats and Dogs came out on PC, which was also around the same time that The Sims 4 launched on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. But getting back to the rest of this paragraph here, knowing that we gave more fans a chance to get into the game through a 1-week promotion in May to download the base game for free. Almost 7 million players downloaded the game during that time. Wow. I mean, I know The Sims 4 was trending on Twitter when that happened, but I still wasn't quite sure what number to expect, but my goodness, that is a pretty high number. And in addition to the base game promotion, total expansion and game pack downloads also increased 55% year over year in Q1. We launched our 7th expansion pack, Island Living, in late June, and has already become one of the best-selling packs for The Sims 4. I'm a bit surprised that Island Living is already selling that well, but then again, Island Living, like the tropical theme of it, was fairly highly requested, and I'm sure those 7 million people that downloaded The Sims 4 for free gave a sales boost for that expansion pack as well, since it was the first pack to release after that promotional period. During this report, Andrew Wilson was also talked about the idea of bringing The Sims over to the Nintendo Switch. And here's his answer. Anytime we're evaluating platform conversations, we are really looking at a couple of things. One, does the game really fit the profile of that platform in terms of the control or the community ecosystem? Two, do we think the community playing on that platform would appreciate the game to go there, or would they prefer to play it somewhere else? We have a lot of data that would suggest a great many Switch owners also own a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One or a PC, and very often choose to play the games that we make on those platforms, even though they have a Switch and they enjoy a lot of great content on the Switch. And so there's always an evaluation process that goes on a case-by-case basis. And I would not say that The Sims would never go to the Switch, but I think we're doing really well attracting Sims players. As we said, we did the promotion in the last couple of months and brought in 7 million new Sims players that we expect will engage in that community on a platform that is really tailored to user-generated content, creativity, and customization. That explanation does make sense to me. I do feel that The Sims is best played on PC because then you do have more access to the user-generated content. consoles still don't have the gallery, plus there's also the ability to use mods and custom content on the PC, whereas I think on PS4 and Xbox One that's probably never gonna happen. And as a Nintendo fan myself, I could definitely say that the main reason I lean towards Nintendo in terms of consoles is because I want to play Nintendo's really fun games that I love, like Mario, Zelda, Smash Brothers, Pokemon, even Sonic games. They tend to be on Nintendo consoles a little bit more. So I don't really buy a Switch for third-party games most of the time. I mean, yeah, sometimes it is a little disappointing when certain series that I like, such as Assassin's Creed, don't really appear on Nintendo that much these days, but still, like, yeah. The main reason I buy a Nintendo console is for Nintendo, not for all these other sorts of games. So, yeah, it's not like I would really play games such as FIFA on the Switch, but I still think The Sims could be a good fit for the platform. However, I think they missed the boat already for bringing The Sims 4 to the Switch. I think they should have done that at around the same time as PS4 and Xbox One, because say if next year they put The Sims 4 on the Switch, then we'll be right back to having one of these consoles struggling to catch up with all the other platforms. And now with PS4 and Xbox One, they're finally nearly caught up on everything that PC has. So it would be really annoying to see a lot of people go like, what about Switch all the time whenever The Sims announces something new. And since I do also game on PC and Mac, I do manage to still get my hands on a lot of games that wouldn't make their way to a Nintendo console normally. So I do feel like it is actually a pretty good combo to have the Switch and also a PC. I know there's some games that I would be missing still on PS4 and Xbox One that I may like, especially Spider-Man on PS4. I really wish I would get to play that game. I don't know, maybe eventually I'll get a PS4, but yeah, Nintendo Switch and PC, good combo in my opinion. However, I still think it could be cool if they did a different Sims game on the Switch. Maybe something along the lines of Bustin' Out, where it's not meant to be a replica of an existing Sims game, but has more of its own identity and some features that are different, so maybe that could still do really well on the Switch. I still think The Sims is a really good fit with Nintendo's sort of family-oriented platform, especially since The Sims has gotten more tame in recent years. So I think it's still worth trying to put The Sims on that platform, especially since the Switch is selling so well. I feel like EA may be missing out on some potential revenue. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!